Mike's house. How are you at the video store also? What? Oh, hey everybody. It's Mike from the Alone in the Dark podcast. Merry Christmas. Today I want to talk about one of my favorite movies, and what I argue is definitely a Christmas movie, is 1984's Gremlins, directed by Joe Dante, written by Christopher Columbus, executive produced by Steven Spielberg. What an amazing movie. I know this is definitely probably one of your favorites too if you're watching this video. So let's get into it. I want to talk about some facts about the movie that I think is pretty interesting, some stuff I didn't know, and some stuff that I knew but is kind of cool that I wanted to share. So let's get into it. Since this movie was executive produced by Steven Spielberg, who I love, I've always loved his work ever since I was a little kid, this was actually, I thought this was interesting, the first movie to use the Amblin Entertainment logo. You know that logo with the little alien on the bike, E.T. Anyway, pretty cool fact, you know, so if you go back, this is the very first time you were ever introduced to that logo, which was kind of cool. Some people might know this already, but the fictitious town of Kingston Falls from Gremlins happens to be the same town as Hill Valley from Back to the Future and a slew of other movies, because it was filmed at the Universal Studios backlot. So if you look in the background, you might see Marty McFly riding around on a skateboard, but probably not. The other thing that's kind of funny to mention, since this was filmed in California, if you notice all the scenes, this is pre-CGI, obviously, so there's no breath coming out of anyone's mouths to show that it's wintertime because, you know, they're filming in California and it's probably a beautiful 70-degree day. The famous scene that Kate tells about her father getting stuck in the chimney, which is a crazy scene to begin with because, you know, I've had to tell my kids, I've actually, when my kids were younger, I let them watch Gremlins, but I'd always fast forward through that part and they'd always ask, why are you fast forwarding through this part? And I'd have to make them an excuse, but now they're old enough to see it. But that scene was asked to be cut out of the film to Joe Dante and Christopher Columbus because there was such a weird tone of horror and comedy, which I think that scene's pretty horrific if you listen to the story. But it was supposed to be cut out. But they argued and fought for it, and they kept it in. But interesting, you know, I always thought it was a little odd because, you know, the movie's dark, but not super dark, but that scene is incredibly, incredibly dark. But I'm glad they left it in. I like it. Gremlins was released on a sunny June day in 1984. What people might not realize is that it was supposed to be released the following Christmas, but Universal wanted to jump it up to a summer release because they didn't have a summer movie and they wanted a movie to compete with Ghostbusters, which came out actually the same day, which is interesting. So that brings me to the point. Do you guys think that Gremlins is a Christmas movie? Because I sure do. What do you think? I think Gremlins is totally a Christmas movie. It's one of those movies that I traditionally watch with the family every Christmas, even though, you know, it's got that sort of gateway horror vibe to it, which I love also. But I definitely consider it a Christmas movie, and I'd love to hear what you guys think. So please, in the comments below, leave us a comment and let us know what you think of Christmas. And as always, please subscribe to our YouTube channel here. But also, if you could go on iTunes, give us a nice rating on iTunes. It could just be a star rating, but it really helps us out. And listen to the podcast. Check us out. Let us know what you think about that as well. All right, well, Merry Christmas, and hopefully I'll talk to you guys before the holidays approach, but I just wanted to say Merry Christmas and hope you enjoyed this video. Take care. Say bye. Why are you so quiet today?